After what has been so far a wild 2024 offseason, the NFL draft is still yet to come. So the best thing we can do right now is to go ahead and speculate about it with our 5th mock draft of the year. The Bears have the first overall pick and they'll get Caleb Williams. At this point in time, it's pretty much a lock that this will happen. With Justin Fields out of the team, it's just a matter of time before the Chicago Bears get their hands on the USC quarterback. At number 2, the Commanders get Drake May. He's been slowly solidifying himself as the second best quarterback of the class, which could be enough to get him to go number 2 overall. However, as of now, it's still a very tight race between him, Jaden Daniels, and JJ McCarthy. With the 3rd overall pick, the Patriots select Jaden Daniels. He's the best quarterback available and the Heisman winner, so I think it's the only option they have. They've been struggling to get a solid starter at QB, and getting the LSU product at number 3 could very well end up being the solution. At number 4, we have a trade. The Cardinals move back, getting a pretty good package in return, which means the Vikings now pick 4th overall and select JJ McCarthy. Personally, I wouldn't love this, but it wouldn't be surprising at all. McCarthy, despite lacking the jaw-dropping stats, is a proven winner and a leader, so I could see why they would want to pair him with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison over in Minnesota. With the 5th overall pick, the Chargers get Marvin Harrison. This would be a dream come true for LA fans. Harrison is the best wideout of this year's class, and he could be the number 1 target for Justin Herbert right away, serving as an immediate replacement for Keenan Allen. Moving on, the Giants get Malik Neighbors. Assuming they are to stick with Daniel Jones under center, it isn't a terrible idea to get him a number 1 receiver. Neighbors is one of the most talented players in this class, so I would honestly love this pick for the Giants. With the 7th pick, the Titans get Joe Alt. This would consolidate an amazing offseason for the Titans, as the Notre Dame product is the best lineman of this class. Him falling to number 7 would certainly be difficult, but if it happens, Tennessee will grab him immediately. At number 8, the Atlanta Falcons select Dallas Turner. I think a miracle must happen in order for the Alabama guy not to end up over in Atlanta. Turner is incredibly skilled, and I'm sure he would be a day 1 starter with the Falcons, making them a potential playoff contender as well. On to the Bears, Olu Fashanu. The offensive tackle out of Penn State would be a great fit over in Chicago and a day 1 starter. If the Bears want Caleb Williams to be successful, getting him a top tier lineman at number 9 is definitely their best option. With the 10th overall pick, the Jets get Brock Bowers. This is a match made in heaven and one that could certainly boost this offense. Bowers is one of the most skilled tight ends in recent draft history, so I don't think the Jets would pass on him at number 10. Moving on, the Cardinals select Rome Odunze. The wide receiver out of Washington is incredibly skilled and he has the potential to be a star wideout right away. The Cardinals need some help at wide receivers, so getting Odunze after training back with Minnesota would be an ideal scenario for them. At number 12, the Denver Broncos acquire Bo Nix. They need a quarterback, and getting Nix here isn't a huge risk and could turn out quite well. The fit is honestly good, and I think he could have a shot to at least be a reliable starter over in Denver. With the 13th pick, the Raiders draft Quinyon Mitchell. This guy has slowly climbed up the draft boards to the point where he's considered the best corner out there. The Raiders need some defensive help, so hey, I think pairing them up with Mitchell just makes sense. On to the Saints, Amarius Mims. The guy out of Georgia would be a day 1 starter over in New Orleans. His game is rather impressive, and I'm pretty sure the Saints would be getting an absolute stud in him. Now for the Colts, Nate Wiggins. They desperately need a cornerback, and this class is stacked. So much that Wiggins could easily end up being the best one in the class, so why not take a chance with him at number 15. With the 16th overall pick, the Seahawks get Jared Verse. He's one of the most talented players of this class, that's for sure. Verse would be in an amazing situation over in Seattle, and I think this would honestly be a great day 1 pick for the Seahawks. Moving on, the Jaguars select Cooper DeJean. He's arguably the most skilled and well-rounded cornerback of this class. If he falls down to number 17, I think the Jaguars will make sure to take him without any hesitation whatsoever. On to the Bengals, Taliese Fuaga. Protecting Joe Burrow seems to be their main priority this offseason, so getting Fuaga here just seems right. The tackle out of Oregon State would provide a long-term solution to a huge issue, so this pick makes perfect sense. At number 19, the Rams draft Deshaun Newton. With Aaron Donald's sudden retirement, defensive tackle is now a top priority for LA. Newton has the skill set to be a day 1 starter and potentially even a star right away, so naturally I have him going to the Rams here. With the 20th overall pick, the Steelers select Jackson Powers Johnson. It appears like he's very high on Pittsburgh's board, so if he's available, they'll 100% grab him. The Steelers desperately need a center, and with most of their other liabilities being fixed in free agency, this this would be an ideal situation. Moving on, the Dolphins get Byron Murphy. With Christian Wilkins leaving in free agency, there's now a huge hole in that defensive line. Murphy could end up being the best D-tackle of the class, so I think he's the ideal player to try and fill that need. Besides, in my opinion, this would honestly be quite a safe pick. At number 22, the Eagles select Terrion Arnold. They can use some help in the defensive side of the ball, and the guy out of Alabama would provide exactly that. His style of play fits in perfectly with the Eagles scheme, so I honestly like this pick a lot for Philly. On to the Cardinals, who traded back Laiaru Laru. They went offense first, so now's the time to boost the defense. Laru has some jaw-dropping potential, and taking him here would be a low-risk, high-reward move for Arizona, so it would be very smart in my opinion to do so. Now for the Cowboys, JC Latham. I'll definitely be surprised if this guy falls down to this spot, but hey, it could very well happen. The Cowboys need to improve their offensive line, and this would be an ideal situation for them to do just that. With the 25th pick, the Packers draft Graham Barton. Protecting Jordan Love has to be their main priority this offseason, so this is the perfect opportunity for them. Barton could be a day one starter in the Bay, and his potential is actually insane. Moving on, the Buccaneers get Peyton Wilson. He's now considered by many to be the absolute best linebacker of this class. The Bucs need to replace Devin White, so that's the reason why drafting Wilson here would make all the sense in the world. On to the Cardinals a third time, they get Kool-Aid McKinstry. Cornerback would be their biggest liability left with all the moves they've made, so naturally this would be their best option. McKinstry is just as skilled as the top corners of this class, and although a sort of risky pick, this could end up being huge for Arizona. Now for the Buffalo Bills, Adonai Mitchell. There's been a lot of speculation about the Bills getting this guy, even though he may not be the best prospect available according to many. However, the fit is undeniably good, so I think that's why the move would make sense. On to the Lions, Zach Frazier. This would definitely be a risky move for Detroit since they've already got a starting center. However, his retirement is quickly approaching, so I think it would be kind of smart to get Frazier a full season to learn and slowly make his way into the lineup for 2025. At number 30, the Ravens draft Brian Thomas Jr. They still need a wide receiver, and if there's an LSU one available, you have to take him. Thomas would be a great addition to this offense and surely a dangerous weapon to pair alongside Zay Flowers. On to the 49ers, Tyler Guyton. Offensive line is their biggest liability over in San Francisco, there's no question about it. Guyton may be a risky pick here, but frankly, I think it's the only option the Niners have in this position. With the 32nd overall pick, the Kansas City Chiefs take Kamari Lassiter. They must seek to replace Algerius Sneed after trading him to the Titans. The cornerback out of Georgia would be a great fit, and pairing him alongside Trent McDuffie can be only beneficial for both of them. And so that's my 5th mock draft of 2024. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one.